my fellow Opinion Villagers, today is January 27th, 2016, and it's Auschwitz Liberation Day, Holocaust Memorial Day, International Mobile Phone Recycling Day, National Geographic Day, Thomas Crapper Day, and Vietnam Peace Day. And now on to your questions. First up, Joe Swampson asks, intimate question for AJ. Are Condoleezza Rice and Benedict Cumberbatch lizard people? If so, they don't really have the best human disguises.
What are you trying to do? Blow their cover? Benedict Cumberbatch and Condoleezza Rice are traitors to the lizard people. As such, they have targets painted on them. By shouting out who they are out in public, you're really making it difficult for them to continue to live as normal human beings, despite the fact that underneath their human skins, there's nothing but gross, slimy lizardness.
My Thousand Faces asks, intimate question for AJ. Have you ever heard about the true reason for Putin's invasion of Crimea? It was to get a hold of Ukrainian Borscht Beast, a living pool of borscht that could consume whole units of enemies. Who is behind this?
The Ukrainian Borscht Beast was destroyed several years ago when it was attacked by the sour cream monster of Turkey. It's no longer really around, so if Putin wants to try to find him, he can go ahead. I'm gonna be spending a lot of time looking, though.
No Gas Productions asks, intimate question for Puppet Jason. Boy, I sure love Ewoks. Ewoks were the best part of Star Wars hands down, don't you think? Hey, you and me both. I love Ewoks too. In fact, I think that there should be an entire side story just about Ewoks. Not those stupid movies that came out in the 80s that were only on TV. I'm talking about badass Ewoks that kill and eat people. You know for a fact they ate those stormtroopers. They probably boiled them alive while they were in their armor, and they scooped the meat out and they ate it. And then they fed it to the guys at the end of the movie. And I bet Luke and Leia and Han didn't even know what they were eating. They're like, this is pretty good alien meat. And Leia's like, yes, I like it a lot. And then probably Lando said, hey, wait a minute. This tastes oddly familiar. And then Han Solo says, yeah. And then they said, oh my god, we're eating stormtroopers. And then Leia said, hey, how come Han and Lando know what meat tastes like? I'm implying that Han and Lando ate people at one point. That's my fan film. Maybe I should start an Indiegogo to make that thing a reality. Microblogganism asks, intimate question for Oswald. How much candy do I need to give you to punch someone? Not a lot. In fact, I am willing to punch somebody for an incredibly small amount of candy. Like 3 M&Ms. But only if they're the really good M&Ms. You know, like red ones. I love red M&Ms. Or 5 Jelly Bellies. I'll punch a dude for 5 Jelly Bellies. Or, I don't know, 3 malted milk balls. No, I better up that. They're not that great. 22 malted milk balls and I'll punch someone. So make sure to send me all that stuff and a list of the people you want to punch. I'm Oswald, punching people in the face for candy since forever. Leo Jaksic asks, intimate question for Nameframe. What is the worst thing that can or did happen should Oswald be on a prolonged deprivation of candy and snacks?
When Oswald doesn't get any snacks or candy, he just gets really logy. Just kind of very low energy. Which can be good because, he leaves a path of destruction everywhere he goes, and it's up to me and his mom to clean up after him. So sometimes we give him lots of sugar-free snacks, something with absolutely no carbs in it or energy at all, and then he takes a nice long nap, and we get a chance to clean and heal.
Axel Lecrow asks, intimate question for AJ. According to our records, you went to Miskatonic University and never graduated. Why? P.S. We are watching you and we know all.
Ha! You fell for one of my dummy accounts! I have thousands of them! You're never gonna get my correct information by going online, or even asking people who know me. Most of the guys that I do this show with think I'm somebody else completely. No one knows the real me! Except my mom. And she's dead.
Matthew Datcher asks, intimate question for Puppet Jason. Straight answers, gay answers. What about cis answers and trans answers? Does that change the way you interact with the meaty one? Me and the meatbag don't really interact that much anymore. I mean, he hired me to be his puppet avatar on this show, but then he never stopped being on the show. So, yeah. I mean, the thing that I got out of it was he was bald and had this stupid curly mustache when I first came on, and I agreed to shave my head and curl my mustache. Then he stopped having a bald head and a curly mustache, and, well, I kind of liked it. Anyways, the way we usually interact is something like this. Hey, are you going to do the show today? And then I'm like, sure. And then he's like, great. And I'm like, okay, later. And he's like, fuck you. I'm pretty used to it by now. Pagan atheist Jason asks, I have a question for Oswald. Dear Oswald, I was trying to think of the cutest thing ever, and I had the idea of juggling fluffy kittens while eating chocolate cookies. And then thought, what if you got mixed up and almost ate one of the kittens? And so instead shared the chocolate cookies with the kittens, but then realized that the kittens were full of chocolate cookies. So must be chocolate cookie flavored kittens. And so ate the fluffy kittens anyway. Have you ever done that? You ate the kittens? Look, I've been accused of doing a lot of things, but not getting confused between kittens and cookies. Even if the kittens had cookies in them, I would never eat the kittens just because they had cookies in them. Once the kittens had eaten the cookies were there. And as far as I'm concerned, once the cookies are inside the kittens, those cookies are no longer cookies, they're poop. So you ate a bunch of kitties with poop in them. I hope you're happy. Oh, you better hope I never find you, because I'm gonna punch you for every single one of the kitties you ate. I can't believe it. But seriously, I hope you're okay. I mean, accidentally eating a kitten probably fills you with a lot of guilt. It'll fill me with a lot of guilt. I don't think I'd be able to live with myself. Probably go off to an island and be by myself and be like, oh, those kittens. Those poor kittens. Okay, that's it this time around. Remember, if you have a question you want to ask Intimate Questions, leave it down below in the comment section. Until next time, my bad news bears, this has been Jason with a D. Oh, hey, you bunch of joits, it's me, Vermont, doing that show that used to be its own segment, but now is just tacked on at the end. Great. Anyway, I'm here to tell you to go sub to something, and this week I'm telling you to go sub to this channel, Vicky Eisenstein. Vicky's got a show on YouTube, but go do it. She's funny. She's friends with the Meat Man through the podcast, and she's got one of them things, and forget it. I'm done. No, I'm done. I used to have my own segment, and now I'm here in the outro section in a tiny box, surrounded by voids. No one ever watches this. What's the point? I don't care. I'll get $20 some other way. Oh, 25? You got yourself a deal. Okay, I've changed my mind. I love doing this show. Anyway, go to Vicky Eisenstein. She's funny, and you'll click on it, and you'll subscribe, and everything will be great. I'm holding out for $5 more. Make it an even 30, and I'll give you a good outro. What do you mean you'll just cut the black?